Hey everybody, so good news. The government is finally back open. I am just getting into my emails and into the news and everything for the day. I know that technically they had finally voted late last night in reopening the government. But I wanted to let you know what that means as far as housing. Now that Trump has signed the bill to end the longest government shutdown in history, but what does that mean for housing? So there were a lot of federal programs that were critical to the housing market that were shut down during this time. The flood insurance program was completely shut down. USDA loans were completely shut down. And VA and FHA loans were delayed because a lot of those workers were streamlined for a minimum amount of workers on staff. Now that the government has reopened, it's not like everything's just back to normal overnight. There is a 6-week backlog of all these loans and everything that were in the process that basically got delayed or stopped during this time frame. We still need to be patient as they work their way back into a more normal market again. The Senate finally had the 60-40 votes that they needed to reopen the government, so that's good. One thing that it says here is that this agreement brings programs critical to housing back online and is welcome news for Americans whose home purchases and insurance renewals have been delayed or derailed over the past several weeks, says Shannon McGann, who is the Chief Advocacy Officer and Executive Vice President of the National Association of Realtors. So, as I said, the National Flood Insurance Program was shut down during that time. So, as that gets back up and online, it means that the flood insurance renewals can happen, the delays can be processed, and all that kind of stuff. So, that is good news. I also want to make a quick mention here that the National Association of Realtors, as well as realtors on the state and local levels, have all been advocating for the government to reopen to make home ownership possible and quick for as many people as possible. I know that we are still working on affordability programs, so keep an eye out for that. But this is definitely good news that they have reopened for realtors in general and for the housing market in general with these loan types, as well as the flood insurance program. Not to mention that it makes me happy because it means that the national parks will be reopened again. And if you know anything about me, I like visiting the national parks. So good news across the board here. I'm glad to see that they have finally come to terms and reopened and what that means for real estate. So take care, everybody. I hope that this is good news for you too. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.